Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's rendition of the WREPcast. I am your host, Count Lucien Barrows, and the Frankenstein to my right is my co-host, Lord Failure 404. Please stay for a bite. That was a cheesy laugh.
I know. And, I mean, you stayed too long for a bite.
Well, yeah, Wiggles here. You guys can see him in the background here. He stayed a little bit too long. Whoops. That's okay. Wiggles doesn't talk much anyway. So, whatever. It works.
Yeah, it does. He even has trouble breathing at times.
Well, not having any lungs is kind of part of the problem. But I think he smoked like 10 packs a day before he died.
Yeah, but I think you started him on them 10 packs.
Yeah, and then when I drained his blood, it mostly came out as ash.
Well,
so
yeah.
it's kind of, it's yeah.
Kind of smelled like a cinder block.
A cinder block? I don't. No.
Yeah.
No, that's.
No.
No.
Oh, come on.
No. Oh my God, no. Anyway, ladies and gents, this is the
special
Halloween episode of the WREPcast. I hope my Transylvanian accent was good enough to pass through customs, because I'm going to need that soon. Oh, wait. You didn't hear that.
Yeah, I was gonna... No.
Nevertheless, we plan on going through a lot of the regular stuff today, tonight, this morning, afternoon, evening, millennium, whatever. So we plan on going through the usual stuff first. We want to talk about games and movies and, other news that we find interesting or slightly mentally damning.
That would be most of it.
Yeah. And then we're going to go into some ghost stories.
Ooh, yeah.
Some real, some maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, well, maybe we won't find out. I don't know. But whatever. Anyway.
I don't know. We could find out, maybe.
Yeah, anyway. And maybe we'll talk about some of our creepiest, favorite creepy stories or something like that in general. It could be interesting. And then we'll try to get to the usual Reddit question, I suppose.
Reddit!
Which actually, you know what? There is a Reddit question up on Ask Reddit right now on the main page for it that is asking what your favorite creepypasta story is, which is stuff like the Goat Man and stories like that.
Oh, okay.
So, which you probably don't know many of them. I don't know many of them, honestly. I haven't checked on creepypasta that much, so we'll both pick Goat Man for that. But let's modify that into what's our favorite creepy story. We'll get to that first, or not, we'll get to that later, because, words are hard.
Right.
But first, let's get to movies. Let's do movies real quick.
Alright.
Still haven't watched Gravity yet. Want to, haven't had the time or anything like that.
Hopefully we can get to that next weekend, maybe.
Hopefully, yeah. This weekend we're all kind of a little busy, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like my overtime at work has kind of ended, and
right.
So I'll have a little bit more free time.
And I've got a guest coming in for the weekend, so I got that going on this weekend. But next weekend we'll see what we can do. Oh. But as far as movies go, I did watch the movie Escape Plan with Arnold and Stallone. And you know what? I liked it. Had a nice little twist at the ending too.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, it's totally worth it. It's there's a lot of fighting in it, really.
No, really?
And there's a lot of...
With Arnold and Stallone, that surprises me.
I know. But there's some parts that make you think a little bit, too. So it's kind of interesting.
Did that hurt?
Not as much for me as it will for you. So...
I don't know about that.
Oh, no. I've installed horrible processors in you, so it will hurt when you think.
That's alright. I have extra RAM.
Well, that may be fine, but when you try to process everything, it will hurt.
I've got extra processors sitting around.
Just don't overheat. I didn't install any fans.
That's okay. I've got fans too.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll see about how well that works out. I know how you burn out pretty quickly. But that's about all I really got for movies, I haven't looked into any new trailers that might be coming up or anything like that. The only thing I'm still looking forward to is the new Hobbit movie, but that's in December, so we've got a bit of time. So, yeah. So on to video games. For starters, Grand Theft Auto 5 keeps becoming an article for us every week now.
Apparently.
Well, this week Grand Theft Auto 5 officially has gone up on the digital download.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so now you can actually pay and download it. And since Microsoft points are actually gone, you're paying real money, even though you're paying real money in the first place. But you just have to figure it out point-wise. So, yeah.
Wait, so Grand Theft Auto 5 is only for Xbox?
No, it's for PlayStation as well, but you can. I
didn't bring this up PC.
Actually, it's out for PC too.
Okay, yeah. I thought they did, but
I'm talking about like download for the Xbox.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So it's already been out for the PC since it came out, I guess.
Well, yeah, I thought so, but
they're still working on fixing some of their problems with the online mode, but one thing at a time. But so yeah, it's out for digital download, which is great because I just kind of handed over my Xbox to my brother because his disk drive crapped out. So I'm going to eventually get my hands on his probably Monday, and so I might see about getting my hands on a digital copy of GTA 5 so that I can give that a try finally. Because sadly number 4 was going to let me borrow his copy, but I had just lent my brother my working Xbox, so it kind of doesn't do me any good now. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. We'll get to that some other time. If I get a chance to play it, it'd be neat. If not, well, it'll suck. But I'd like to try to stream that, but I don't have a good enough TV to make things work properly with my box that I have.
Oh, yeah.
So I might be able to work something out, but no promises. I'll try to figure something out.
Yeah.
But
if all else fails, we can do it here and throw it up on the TV in the shop.
True. That's definitely a possibility. But yeah, we'll work something out sometime. Let's see. Ooh, another one is I showed it to you earlier. The game Titanfall.
Yes.
It's kind of the new one that a lot of people are waiting for.
That's kind of exciting, just from what I saw.
It just got its release date recently. Here in America, and I don't well, actually the dates are kind of consecutive over the days of when it's going to be released. Like I know here in America, it's going to be released on multi-platforms like PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on March 11th, which happens to be a friend of ours' birthday, the one that's actually coming to visit this weekend.
Yep.
Ironic.
It's true.
So looking forward to that. I'll play it over celebrating her birthday with her.
Nice.
I'm kidding, slightly. I mean, she lives a little far away, so I don't ever actually celebrate her birthday with her. Anyway, so it's fine. It works. But yeah, so hopefully looking to get our hands on that. Release dates in other countries generally are going to consecutively follow after the 11th. It's going to be released on the 12th and the 13th, and I think the 14th on different overseas countries and on multi-platform as well. So, so it's fine. You guys won't have to. You guys overseas won't have to wait too long for those kind of things. It's all good. So just sometimes it's better to be in America so you can get that shit quicker.
Yeah.
Now, on one last gaming topic. For those who have watched, occasionally we hop on Twitch TV, and
yes, Twitch.
The one that I got number 4 to sit down with me and play once already, a couple times, whatever. No, once. We're gonna do it again sometime too. Was the 7 Days to Die video game. Again, quickly becoming one of my favorite video games out there because of a lot of things for it. And they plan on doing so much more with it. There's actually potential that they're going to make a completely open world like Minecraft is.
Ooh, nice.
So, I'm really drooling over that shit. It'll be great if they come out with that. But, also, another thing, since we've started playing, we're waiting on Alpha number 2 to come out.
Oh, really?
And we're on Alpha 1.1 right now. Now, according to the 7 Days to Die website, that's 7daystodie.com, they've actually released the idea of Alpha 2 is coming out soon, which will open up new locations, a few new enemies like a climbing zombie, and one of the already in there zombies will start spitting acidic vomit, which can destroy blocks, and there'll be flying bug zombies, so that'll be fucking fun. So me and number 4 are gonna have to fortify our base a lot more. And then some new locations, at least one new weapon that we know of. That's going to be a crossbow. So we're also assuming there's also going to be new recipes, but we're assuming that they're going to finally fix the recipe for making ammunition and crafting a few other things that are supposed to be in the game, but just aren't quite in there yet. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. As soon as we get Alpha 2, we are definitely going to hop in and try to live stream that.
This coming payday, I'll probably try and pick up an account.
Right on. That'll be great because I'd love to actually have you in there with us when we're streaming sometime.
Speaking of Minecraft, I heard that they might actually make the world, I forget how big, but that they might actually not make it completely open.
I have yet to hear that. I've heard some options up in the air, like they may put in a setting so that you can.
I mean, it's what?
Well, they put in some. I've heard talk of options where they might set it where you can limit how much the world is generated overall, and where.
That might have been what I.
Because I mean, it's fine, but. I don't know. I like the idea of having it be massively open. You can go wherever the hell you want. You can get far, far away from people and hide far and deep away from people and not have to bother with them.
I agree. I actually don't like the idea myself of limiting it, just because if you're playing that game, you're playing it for a reason. If you run a server like how you guys do, then what's the point?
Yes, in all fairness, limiting things would most definitely cut down on some server issues that you'd have later in game when people start building up and spreading out more. But in the long run, it just wouldn't be as fun. And almost instantaneously, there'd be a mod to get rid of that, I'm sure.
Right.
And we'd probably use it too. So, I guess they can do it, but in the long run, it seems mostly pointless.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'll look into that, see if I can find anything more. Speaking of which, the problems I was having with our server last week, I started fixing some of them. I finally actually have the proper jar file that I needed for our server. That's actually installed in the server now. The only problem is there's some mods that the server doesn't seem to like, and so I have to sit down sometime, probably tomorrow or when the hell ever I have time in the next couple days to start tweaking the mod list on server so that there's actually a working server out there without having to take away the good parts of the mod list, because we kind of like our mod list right now. We've got some good stuff in there, and we're happy to finally be getting into the 1.6 realm. But as it is, number 4 is still having problems with his client side of things, and now the server being a dick.
If I can wind up mustering up a little bit more time, I don't know much about that end of it. You guys know what I do, but I can definitely test and whatever and try and help in whatever capacity I can.
The hard part is, like, number 4 and I, we've been learning how to do the whole server thing and modding thing for about a year now, I'd say, honestly. We started our server with mods on it, but it was a pre-made pack. We didn't add anything or anything like that. And the server owner, the owners of the server company had it all set up for us, so it was easy when we first started things last summer. But came around fall time, we were getting bored, so we decided to change things up a bit. Found out about new mod packs, started to add our own mods in and everything. And so then we got a little bit more complex with stuff. We got a little bit more complex with the server. We got into a better server hosting group that allows more customization.
Yeah, and I thought that was good.
Which it is. It's great to be able to work with the FTP system, to be able to actually put your own files in there and all that. It's really nice to have that kind of thing, just in case you don't want. If you want to add a couple more mods to one mod pack, and you don't want to sit there and be like, oh well, now I have to create my whole damn mod pack. and then make sure that this hosting site will use it. It's just a lot easier to have that kind of thing, that FTP support that they have. I know I got a little nerd. I don't even know what FTP stands for, but fucking it works.
File transfer protocol.
Thank you. It works.
And that's really the type of stuff that I use whenever I do website design or over the internet transfers, things like that. Just like for when I was beta or trying to alpha test that one service.
Oh right, the FileZilla stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember that.
And
which actually helped me with the server stuff. I was like, oh, I know how to kind of run this stuff. I get it.
And I still am going to do that, but I'm working now to do more of a web host.
Right, which isn't a bad idea. I think it'd be a good thing for you.
But it's still all in the alpha state. Nothing is guaranteed. It's all free, and it's only limited to a few friends and family right now.
But
anyway,
that aside, for now, we're hoping to get the server up and running so that we can actually start doing some Let's Plays and all that stuff and have some more fun with it.
Oh, speaking of servers, I'm going to hopefully start putting together a website for us. And also, I don't know, I've been looking at other avenues other than just YouTube.
Right.
So hopefully we can get on Twitter or not Twitter, iTunes, and
iTunes you out.
Yeah, really, I tune myself out too. So I've been poking around to different places I know that have iTunes accounts and going, well, what do you guys use?
Right.
Well, I'm thinking about doing this. What do so?
Right. So keep that in mind on our Twitter and our Facebook. We'll let you know if we finally move on to, iTunes.
Yes, and
so that
hopefully
you don't have to actually look at us now that we've started making you look at us.
Hopefully in a month or so we can say check our website.
Yeah, which would be great. Then we can just link everything there.
Well, and also a quick announcement. We got paperwork back from the state, so I just gotta send some paperwork off to our county and wait for it to come back, and we will be
a business,
a full-fledged company. So
we grow entertainment.
Company! Not company. Show.
Co stands for company.
I know, but
who gives a shit?
The IRS.
No, nobody likes the IRS.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Look,
you try and
on paper, it can be Wheat Rogue Entertainment Co. But if I'm trying to be all funny and yelling it can be company. All right?
Fair enough.
All right then. So shut up. Anyway,
hey, come on.
All that aside,
yeah.
I guess that's pretty much it for games since we already went on a tangent about something completely different.
Kind of game-ish. A little bit and kind of leading to technology-ish.
Even more so.
Well, I mean, it's SteamOS.
Oh, right.
They're just an article from PCWorld.com, and they're just talking about how it's coming along. How they think that SteamOS could help guys. He wants you invisible people. He wants you bad. Should have seen what he was doing to him earlier.
You're just cuddling. It's fine.
I saw what else you were doing.
Oh, that part. Yeah.
Yeah. But the
I don't know.
Yeah. Her.
Guys, decide whether Wiggles is a guy or a girl. Anyway, continue what you're saying.
I'm hoping girl because. Yeah.
Then what I did earlier will be a little less awkward.
A little. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, you understand little. That was a burn, by the way. Go on.
Anyway. Wow. So anyway, they're hoping that the SteamOS will help to bring Linux more to the forefront for the PCs as a preferable operating system. Right now, I think we've already said you can you can get Steam for Linux. They ported some games over for Linux, and even let me see where's it. There's several. Well, there's actually some companies who have NVIDIA, AMD, and NVIDIA have already said that they are going to start making their drivers a little bit more a little bit more friendly for Linux, and that way Steam can cut through all the junk and whatever and better use your graphics.
Gotta love NVIDIA.
Oh, I tell you what, I've been a fan of NVIDIA for
a while,
a long time.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
I mean, even with ATI, they just now it seems like within recent years, so like maybe 4 years, they've started to catch up to where NVIDIA actually is. Because I mean, like, the laptop that I'm using has a 1 gig ATI gaming card in it, and really I can't tell the difference between NVIDIA or the other. So anyway, that's my rant, or not. Well, it wasn't really a rant. I just wanted to put that out there, and also to encourage all my fellow geeks out there and nerds that if you get a chance to alpha or beta test the SteamOS, I strongly encourage it. We need developers. Keep this in mind. There are more developers out there for open source than there are for Microsoft, than there are for Apple, and so we need enthusiasts to get on board with this, and it's gonna help.
Definitely.
Okay.
Anyway, do we
back to you.
Thank you, Bob.
Tell him what he's won.
Do we want to jump into other news?
Is that we got for gaming and whatever?
Let's see here. Titanfall, 7 days. GTA as per usual. Steam. Yeah, I think that's about it, don't you? I mean, look, we want to get into ghosty stuff and all that, so we don't want to just like overrun too much, because if we've given the opportunity, we can like totally talk about this for another probably hour or so, just video games in general.
True.
Which is something I wouldn't mind doing sometime, just sitting down and reminiscing about favorite video games and all that. Maybe, who knows, we might be able to do that in the next couple weeks or something.
Yeah. I do want to talk. Can I just want to blurt about this. AMD has got the literally first ever 5 gigahertz processor. It's, what is it here? It is the FX 9590 8 core. So if you guys are really AMD enthusiasts or just like to play awesome games and do really sweet shit on your computer, 5 gigahertz, and cheaper than and it's cheaper than a i7. So, or at least.
Because why do you need 7 eyes to play a video game?
I don't know. I've only got 2. Well, 4 if you count my glasses.
Well, you know we do.
Oh, okay.
I've only got 2 and that works for me. 4 doesn't seem to help you any.
No.
2 never helped
Maybe
either.
it might help if I drink a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
We might test it there sometime.
Yeah.
On air if we can help it.
But we need to get that Miss Harvey to play.
Well, she's like better than all of us put together, so
yeah, I know. It'd be I know, but it'd be a really hot chick just slaughtering us.
Disturbing that you've gotten obsessed with her, but We'll talk about that. No. We'll talk about this in the therapy session. I think that's
cool.
Look, we'll talk about this in the reprogramming session this week.
Oh shit.
So I mean,
to erase
therapy.
My brain. God dang it.
All right.
Enough
normal nerd stuff. Let's get into the news shit.
Okay.
This just it. I won the lottery. I wish.
Yeah.
Still waiting on the results.
I wish too. Okay. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm waiting on the results.
Well, in news today, this is, well, not today.
But in general.
Let me find an actual...
You know what? While he's reading that shit...
No, I'm trying to find a date. That's all. That's all.
How about this? How about I do this? The shittiest news I found out today is Japan has been hit by yet another earthquake.
Yes, I read that too.
A 7.3 off the coast, near the Fukushima region, which apparently, from what I understand, is it kind of hit. It's pretty far out there, but it's still hitting the general direction of the same place as the nuclear reactor. They had so many problems with
So, Japan, do not put a nuclear reactor in the same place.
Well, no, it is the same place where the last one was, but it's like, they never tore it down, as far as I know. They were still working on trying to fix that shit. So, but on the upside, it happened pretty far out in the water. So you know, there's a chance to get away with little damage, but they're still going to get some. There is a chance, quite possibly, for a decent tsunami, especially since it's 7.3. So I'm sure it's going to be coming off of there pretty well. And the Sendai, Fukushima regions, the Mito region, and the Chiba region will probably get hit that at the most. So, because that's all on the let's see here, east side of Japan. So they're going to get smacked around, which means, based on that, there's a good chance that Hawaii might feel some squalls here and there, too, when it comes down to
it. That's always fine.
But Hawaii is far enough away that if it feels anything, it won't be too bad. It'll just be some extra-sized waves, really. So it's not horrible for us.
So the surfers can hang
the surfers can be tubular.
Hang ten, dude.
Tubular. It'll be fine. The surfers will be happy, and they can go with their bleached blonde hair and, stick that surfboard up their asses. No, I'm not bitter.
Wow!
I'm kidding. I got nothing wrong with surfers. I think some of them are pretty cool dudes from what I've seen. So it's awesome. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just joking. I hate surfers. That's the joke. No, I'm kidding.
No, he's just jealous that I can't surf.
Absolutely.
And me, I just don't care that I can't surf.
I'm not jealous of being a beach bum. Ooh. Moving on.
Okay.
You've got other news. I think that's my only news.
Okay, he talked about the crap going on in Japan. And yet again, I'll talk about
the crap going on here at home, right?
It's an utter blunder.
When you told me about some of this shit, it is crap, man. It is utter crap.
Yeah, apparently in the Army, they've been, like, the higher up, like, the CEOs and whatever, it sounds like have been, teaching their, underlings. Is that...
We'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go...
The way this has come out, underlings.
I'll go with underlings. For anyone in the Army, forgive me for the term, but underling, when I tell you, you will understand. And you may have already known this, going through briefings and things like that. Apparently, the U.S. Army has, in different camps, or forts, or whatever they call them, have decided to start using outside sources to talk about extremist groups. And guys, when I say extremist groups, I'm not talking about Taliban. I'm not talking about the Muslim Brotherhood. I'm not talking about anything like that. Al-Qaeda. Yeah, Al-Qaeda. I am talking about the American Family Association as domestic hate groups, or as a domestic hate group. I'm talking about they are targeting evangelical Christians and Catholics. And they're saying that people like us are extremists, that we are extreme in what we do. And I don't know. Guess what? I'm a Jesus freak and I'm proud of it. Label me as you will.
Oh, don't give everybody on the internet that option. You'll get a lot of stuff coming back.
That's fine.
Okay, fine. If you're fine with it, I'm labeling you as a lady.
I meant in the context.
No, you didn't say it. Nope, you're a lady.
Okay, label me in the context that I just stated.
Too late.
Not the context that she is stating.
Sorry, my context is better. And I didn't say you could label me.
I know, I got to it before you said I couldn't.
But I didn't say you could.
I didn't.
But you said we could label you. You're a lady. I'll get your purse. Anyway, moving on. Oh, by the way, if they want to go ahead and label that for the Westboro Baptist Church, they can.
Yeah, I do actually agree with that. The churches like that are extreme. They are not.
No. There's extreme, and then there's batshit crazy.
Westboro
reaches the batshit crazy, and they do not represent the religion as a whole.
No.
No, they do not. Get at there. So it's like, yeah, no, people like that, people like, we'll say like the Roman Catholics who kind of fucked up Catholicism back in the day, they don't represent Catholicism as a whole either.
No, they don't.
It's kind of like anybody who's actually a Muslim too, you know, like the extremist groups like the Al-Qaeda and the whatever the fuck else they are. I can't remember.
The Muslim Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood, Al-Qaeda, and the Tallywhackers.
The Tallywhackers.
Yeah, they do not represent the Muslim nations as a whole.
No.
They do not represent the Muslim religion
as a whole. And people like us, we understand this.
Yeah.
We you know.
I mean, it's nice to at least understand one thing, right?
Well, yeah.
No, yeah.
But I'm not even going to get into it.
That's a big mess.
Yeah, but because I could go in and explain what true Christianity is all about, but yeah, I'll get into that sometime, and I'm being pat by a foot.
It's okay.
It's no, bad.
Moving on.
Anyway, so anyway, the Secretary of the Army ordered the military leaders to halt all briefings on these
subjects.
Yes, subjects. So he basically said, you need to stop this because this isn't sanctioned by the government. This is never been actually. There is no list showing that these are extremist groups or hate groups. There's no none of this. And so yeah, he basically said, you guys need to stop. So, and I'm glad. There's a lot of other people glad. But yeah, I don't know what is going through their heads. Our government has gone completely fucking nuts. I mean,
completely fucking nuts. I'm pretty sure we hit that once upon a time, but
yeah, well, we're still going down. Like they're like
that's like skydiving in the Grand Canyon. We're gonna hit the bottom eventually.
Eventually, I thought we were going to last week. I thought seriously we were gonna default on our loans. I mean, China would have called in and came in without a shot being fired. And I'm sorry, but that's the way I see it.
I wouldn't have guaranteed not a shot being fired. Crazy
No.
out there, but
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
right.
It's
No,
like,
I get what you mean.
because it's like they're two of the largest people or largest groups that we owe to is the Fed and to China. So I mean, you know, we can't pay back ourselves because, well, apparently we're too dumb to make that happen. And I found something else out.
No.
We never paid back our loans from World War One.
Like that's a surprise.
No.
Never loan America money. He's a dick about getting it back to you.
And we've just been paying on the interest for almost 100 years now.
Oh God. I don't even know how long.
So it's like,
that doesn't sound right.
I don't know. Kind of like, and now that we've got all this crap, we got overspending going on, and what's really fun though is that the Marines want to apparently spend, what was it, over $8 million?
Somewhere over $8 million.
Yeah. They want to, they're concerned about going to a unisex uniform. And their unisex uniform is the hat.
Okay.
Are you freaking kidding me? A hat. I mean, who cares?
It actually has been almost 100 years since World War One.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean,
Went from 1914 to 1918.
Nice.
Number 4 would be pissed I didn't know that.
Yeah, it would be. And considering that the male hats, you know how the hats for the male officers look. They have that, but yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, apparently
military,
they're about $32 to make per hat. The female hat, I was actually surprised because I would have thought it would be an easier stamp, but it's just kind of a like this. I don't know, like I don't know. Anyway, $82. $82 to make per hat, and everybody in their focus groups have led toward going toward a form of the female hat, which is fine. I don't care. I really don't. What irks me is that they're actually going through with this after figuring out that it will cost the Marines, or us taxpayers, that it will cost $8 million, or $8,221,958 to do. Really?
Lots and lots and lots of what the fuck.
Exactly. And I think $8 million or over $8 million could be spent elsewhere.
Dude, those hats better have fucking air conditioning.
Well, yeah.
And satellite. Video games. Virtual reality. All the good stuff. The
Yes.
amenities, man. We
Google
need
goggles.
Yeah.
Or no, Google Glass.
whatever. Same thing.
No.
Oh, goggles is a separate program, I know. But,
Yeah.
whatever.
I was
Either way,
gonna
same
say,
thing.
don't tell me that. Anyway, it sounds like the reason why they're going more with the female-looking hat is variations, because they want to go back to the cap that one of the officers wore back in World War One.
Thank you.
And so they're like, oh, well, it'll be universally acceptable. And it's like, but who's really complaining about this? That's my question.
Stupid people. If anybody.
I'll go with stupid people. I mean,
Stupid people for 300, Bob?
stupid people for $8 million?
Anyway, so
Anywho,
Yeah.
off that topic, on to good stuff.
we got good stuff?
We do,
Have good
actually.
stuff.
You know what? I read these two articles and I went, oh, crap. we got stupid people running amok. We got the
The usual.
Yeah. Now this I actually thought was awesome. This was posted yesterday, actually. But a Florida police officer caught a shoplifter, and she was shoplifting over $300 of groceries, and instead of taking her to jail, you know what the woman did?
The cop woman.
The cop woman, not the shoplifter. The woman cop, right. Female cop, woman cop, whatever.
Lady in blue, although she was brown, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, she just paid for her groceries. It was $100 worth of groceries, but I still applaud that, because it's like and she said it perfectly, which was taking her to jail will not solve the problem of hungry kids.
Yeah, the lady was only shoplifting because her kids were hungry.
And nothing but no food banks or anything like that were hungry. So yeah.
Kind of, which is pretty neat. Oh,
and we have a doggy. Hi, doggy. Hi.
Bye, doggy.
Hi.
Bye, doggy. Good doggy. All right then.
Alright.
So yeah, good on this. Cop lady for doing that. It's pretty awesome, really.
Well, yeah, and because of this media publicity, well, I hate to call it publicity, but
it is in a sense.
Yeah, I know, but usually when you think publicity, it's in a bad sense.
No, not necessarily. Publicity just means you're getting publicity.
I know.
Plus, if you really look at it that way, as far as I'm concerned, especially for our line of business, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
It's got a point. Alright, but anyway, I applaud this woman. Her name is...
Like you were saying, though, because of the plot...
thank you.
She had actually got a job offer.
Yeah.
And has a job now, so she's working, so...
Oh, yeah.
No shoplifting,
So, to me, I'm just going now. That gives me hope, to know that there's still people that don't just blindly follow the orders or law or whatever and go with their conscience.
It's nice to know that we're not all robots. Sorry, no offense. I'm just saying. No. You're cyborg, so it's fine. You're not all robots.
Oh, okay.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
unlike him, he's kind of
crazy.
Well, that's you. Him, he's
him?
Yeah, him. He's
kind of dead. He's not really the life of the party. He kind of brings it down a little bit.
He tries being the life of the party. I give him props.
But it doesn't usually work.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho.
What else we got?
Stuff
and things, right?
Stuff and things.
Right.
That is actually all I have. Mainly because I've been, busy all week. Mm-hmm. Poor excuse. I will try to do better next week.
Sometimes life sucks.
It does.
And then you die. And then that's pretty much how it goes for you. So, let's see. Alright, you know what? I think our timing's pretty good about this. We have time to yammer about a few more things. Let's see, I wanted to talk about ghost stories and things like that. Okay, so how about we talk about some of our own, I guess, if we have personal experiences. I know I have at least one that I can share. But do you have any personal haunted stories?
The pantry where I work, I'm fairly sure is haunted.
Oh, yes, it is, from what I've heard.
Yes.
It most certainly is.
Especially the lady that appears in the middle of the hallway.
the most prominent one I've heard about from number 4, because he works with you, he works in the same place you guys do, is the little girl.
Yes.
Our
Oh my god.
Shadow figures. But tell me about the lady in the hallway. I haven't heard about that one, I don't think.
I thought this, or maybe it was the little girl in the hallway.
Oh, I've heard of the little girl showing up on the floor in some places.
Yeah, well, it on the floor,
right.
hallway,
okay.
you know.
But it seems interesting. I know number 4 has personally tried to communicate a little bit. You know, see if we can get anything out at one time when I saw her, but nothing. So.
Well, and I know with me, you know, I'll be in when I worked in one area of the factory.
Go on.
Oh God.
Don't mind me.
I try not to. It just
look.
fails.
Look, I got a thing going, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
That's wrong.
Anyway.
I'm just saying it's wrong. No, but anyway, where in the area of the plant where I was working at the time, I'd see like flashes of, you know, different things, like out of the corner of my eye, it looked like things were flying around me, you know, like in the rafters.
That's just fumes. I don't know.
You would think.
I honestly don't know. I've never really been there. So I
mean,
no clue.
Right. But I mean, like, and if anybody there or any invisible people see this, know me, and work the same place I work, feel free to comment. We want to hear your ghost stories.
Whether it be to make fun of them or agree with them, whatever, it's all good either way. Like I said, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
True.
Alright. I was hoping to get some other people on here to share their stories, but everybody else sucks, so.
Yeah,
I have a couple encounters that I've had.
Encounters. Wow.
Now the
sexual.
Not seen kind. That'd be interesting sometime.
Having sex with a ghost?
Yeah, I mean, I figure why not, right? Try new things, you know?
Awkward.
What? I mean, here's the real question. If you had sex with a ghost, and the ghost was an intelligent haunt, and knew what it was doing having sex with you, would that still be considered necrophilia? I mean, think about it. Put some thought into that one. Make your brain hurt a little bit. Just saying. Anyway, while he's hurting and contemplating that thought and laughing at it, thank you.
Wow.
Okay, so my encounter. Now here's the interesting thing that I'll go into this part first. The part that intrigues me about my main encounter is that, surprisingly, people that I don't know that work the place you work at and number 4 works at, number 4 has personally told me that other people that work there have encountered the same kind of thing that I'm about to explain. And this is encounters years after I had encountered it at one point. So, like, I just heard about other people encountering it last year. For the longest time, I thought it was just me and one other person who had encountered this phenomenon. Sorry, phenomenon. Phenomena. Anyway, so here in our town, we've got a road called South Street. South Street leads outside of town, heading
south.
Yeah, I think so. No. Yeah. No.
Well, south-ish.
It depends on which
like
way. Well,
south.
Technically, it depends on which way you're going on it.
No, south to east.
It depends on which way you're going on it.
Good point. Because,
anyway, let's just put it this way. Let's see. So that way is what's that way? Which way is Lucien from here? Hold on. I'm moving this from my house. So move that way. That's that way. That's that way.
That way.
So and then South Street is the last street down that way.
That way.
So that's south. North. So it's actually on the east part of our town.
Yeah.
And it heads. Well, okay.
It's more of a southeast.
Yeah. So, but the part that heads northish, we'll say.
Okay.
North-ish.
See, I know what he's talking about, and if anybody from our town knows what he's talking about,
bravo, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
And my processors are hurting from trying to figure out what he's talking about.
Are they hurting from that or the whole necrophilia joke?
No, I threw that on my backup.
I need an answer for that. Anyway, worry about that later. Okay,
I got a KVM switch. I'll flip.
Anyway, so the idea, not the idea. Okay, what happened was, as a friend and I were out driving around, country cruising, and usually around here that means getting high. We weren't actually doing that night. I wasn't really into this stuff, so I didn't do it. I think I was like, oh god, what was I? I remember between 17 and 19. I can't remember if I was still in high school when this happened or not. I want to say not. So I might have been 19, 18, 19, something like that. Anyway, in between 17 and 19.
I don't remember.
So, we were out on a winter night because we were bored shitless. So we just went out for a cruise because it's what we did. We just usually put it around because that's when gas was getting cheaper.
Yep.
It didn't cost you quite literally an arm and a leg to just go out for a little cruise. So we were in his car, so I was riding shotgun and all that. It was just him and I. And we were putting around. We took some turns here and there and blah, blah, and whatever. I didn't know where we were until we actually we were far out in the country, and we were on South Street because it was a straight shot back into town. And, I remember as we were turning left to get back on the South Street and head back into town, we were a few miles out, you know?
Yeah.
And we make the turn left, to head back down South Street and come back into town. I could see the lights of the town and all that stuff from where we were. And on the opposite side of the street, there's a house. This house just stood out somehow. I guess in the sense, like, I can remember a lot of details about it.
Mm-hmm.
Around the house was like a squared-off horseshoe shape of trees. And this was wintertime, so the trees were dead, or what? Not dead, but, they lost all their leaves and all that stuff.
Right.
So it's like kind of extra creepy. There was a guy, quote, quote, standing on the front pathway that would lead to the road. And you can make out a bit of padding and a bit of a shine to his jacket, so I'm assuming it's kind of a leather jacket, based on the way it looked. The house was at least 3 stories with an attic. I can tell that because all the lights, at least for the front side of the house, were on, including the attic. So I saw that. And there was a good-sized porch that covered the entire front of the house. Not a deck, but an actual covered porch kind of thing. So... and there was a bench on it or something like that. And then as we just kept driving, it's like there was just something about the house that seemed off to me. I didn't know what, but it just seemed off. Then out of nowhere, this big, I want to say like a German Shepherd looking kind of black dog came running out of the tree line that was closest to the road. Just out of nowhere, just it's there next to the car all of a sudden. We just saw it kind of run out of the shadows, basically, is what it looked like. Now, there was just something off about this dog that scared the shit out of me. We could, we had the heat up, we had the radio on and all that stuff. Everything was going blasted. And we were talking at the same time while this thing rolled up on us. And yet we could hear chains rattling. The dog didn't have any chains on him.
Yay.
And it's just one of the things, it was just weird, alright? And so we just drove off, and just like, okay, that was weird, explained it to a couple friends later, and it's like, oh, whatever, huh?
I remember.
But that next day, I explained it to one of our other friends at the time, and I was hell-bent on showing him this place.
Right.
So we went back out there, and I could never find the place. It's just somewhere down that road, but it's not there. And I don't know if this house has ever been there, but it hasn't been there since I looked. And I doubt that this entire house and the tree line and everything like that, including the stone pavement and walkway to the porch, could have disappeared overnight.
Interdimensional?
Well, yes, but I doubt that's actually the idea. I'm thinking more of it was a fucking ghost.
Yeah, I know.
So, now, I know a lot of people are probably looking at this right now and thinking, oh god, these guys are crazy. You know what? Fuck you. That's all there is to it. I don't have to explain myself to you. For those who believe in this stuff, awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you for believing in something that is real, in a sense. Now, whether a ghost is actually a spirit, or whether it's just a left behind fragment of energy that stayed within an area and blah 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 and all the other scientific stuff that I could go into, but we just don't have time for that. Even though we still have like another half hour or so, we just don't have time for that.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's one of those things of it just doesn't make any sense to me. In a normal standard, it wouldn't make any sense to me saying, oh, this house was here, now this house is gone. There's no way in hell everything about it could have disappeared in 24 hours.
Right.
Just like that, with no evidence whatsoever left behind of it. I mean, it wasn't a modern house or anything like that. It looked a little older, but not too old. The siding looked kind of newish, but like apparently it was new at the time when it became a fucking ghost house. I've never gone in to research anything about it because I can't remember the exact spot. It was dark when I first saw it, and so I don't know the exact plot of land that it was on, so I wouldn't even know where to begin to start searching for it at the moment. But maybe someday I'll be able to figure that out. But like I said, apparently what number 4 said, people that you guys have worked with over the past at where you work have told him, or at least he's overheard them, talking about the same kind of thing, and then they drive by again the next day and the house is no longer there.
No.
So either this is someone and their dog stuck in a dimensional rift that pops them in and out of our dimension and into another one from time to time, or this is a ghost house, ghost guy, ghost dog. Who knows? There might be a whole ghost family living in there. Or
what would be
whatever.
would be nuts is if next time this ever happened, just stop in the driveway and try and go into the house.
Wasn't a driveway.
Well,
no
you know
driveway.
what I mean.
Right. But if that dog's there again, I don't want nothing to do with that.
I don't know. I'd be kind of interested to know what would happen.
Yeah, okay. You get out of the car. If the hellhound, it can rip your soul away and take it away. You enjoy that. I'll drive. Make sure you shut the door while you're being ripped apart. Because I don't want no part of that. I'm not usually the scared type of that kind of thing. Okay, I am and I'm not. Scared shitless because I don't know how to fight a ghost. It's kind of the same thing as an alien. I don't know how to fight them.
Proton pack.
Well, yeah, but do you have one?
I used to.
Yeah, okay, a real one?
Oh, a real one.
Right,
no.
shut up.
He didn't specify.
Well, I just did, so shut up. Anyway, so, it's one of those things like, I don't know how to fight a ghost. Short of, like, throwing an EMP in there or something. EMP the shit out of a graveyard and all is good, right? Disrupting electrons. Or, in proxy, reverse, the reverse angle on that is, slam a small Tesla coil in the middle of a graveyard and everybody clear out. That'll get plenty of energy to draw off of. Actually, there's a show on Sci-Fi Channel called Ghost Mine where there's a group of miners. They're hunting for gold and ball on this one mine, and there's 2 ghost hunters that tag along with them and keep trying to catch paranormal stuff that keeps happening to these miners. Well, they actually did experiment with something like that, and I've seen the actual ghost hunters experiment with it. Experiment with it too, because this was one of my thoughts that I had a while ago. Was if ghosts feed off energy, why not just bring a taser and then just turn that shit on, let it run, and then let them feed off it? Well, these guys for the Ghost Mine team, they kind of took it to the extreme and actually brought in a small Tesla coil and put it in the mine.
Nice.
And flipped it on for a little bit, everybody cleared out and they flipped it on for a little bit and all that, let it run and let whatever is in there gain energy and all that, and then next thing you know, hey look, there's a full-fledged, fully formed shadow figure showing up on one of the cameras. Like, alright, that worked. Oh look, it's moving. Oh look, it's on one of the other cameras. Oh, splendid. Nice. So, and again, people might think we're nut jobs, but we are. But
we're not there in all the right places.
But the idea of ghosts is a feasible idea, and it doesn't make us nut jobs for believing in it. It's kind of like, well, okay, some people think you have to be religious to believe in ghosts. Some people think that religion has nothing to do with it. Personally, I'm one of those people that think that religion has nothing to do on whether you believe or not in ghosts. I've seen more religious people that don't believe in ghosts and aliens than I do non-religious people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of ridiculous.
And apparently, I'm one of the few who... of course, I don't consider myself religious, even
okay,
though...
technicalities and words, alright? Just for saving the sake of elongated phrases and sentences for the good invisible people, alright? We call it religion just for ease, alright? Kind of how the word came about in the first place, probably. But, anyway, we digress massively. We're good at that.
Yes.
And now I lost my place. Where was I? Oh, right. You don't have to be religious to believe or not believe. If you want to not believe, don't believe. If you want to believe, believe. The only thing I say to the people who actually believe, though, is not everything is a fucking ghost. It's not always a ghost story. Like, sometimes it's just a simple explanation. One day, or one morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting there by myself in my bedroom at my desk, and next thing I know, I'm watching my lamp wobble back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
3 things started going through my head during that point. A, potentially paranormal. B, I'm losing my damn mind and tripping on something. Or C, earthquake. Turned out to be an earthquake. It was a small one, but it was enough to make my lamp wobble and to wobble my brains around a little bit. But it
explains so much how why.
No, that's because they're loose in there. Yeah, I know, right? But you got nothing.
No, actually, I was trying to remember where I put the bolts in the nuts, and I was gonna help.
I don't know about the bolts, but I got a couple nuts. Nah, I don't want
you
don't get to screw with them. Tool puns, bum. Anyway, so it's just one of those things of, it doesn't really matter what you believe in. You don't have to have a specific belief to believe in ghosts.
No.
And other things like that. Now, but when it comes down to it, a ghost isn't always going to be a spirit. And it's not always going to be a ghost that has things happening. We've got plenty of technology that these days now where it's like, oh, it could be just technology fucking up. Mm-hmm. It could be an old TV that's just going out that's screwing up, or something like that. An old radio that's screwing up. A lamp that got too much of a charge pushed into it that caused it to blow the bulb or something like that. It's not always
things happen.
Yeah. So I always recommend that if you're gonna get into the line of paranormal things, do it as a don't go in as a skeptic, but go in the sense of going in as a scientist, looking to disprove as many things as possible, but believing in the possibility. Because when it comes down to it, I've heard plenty of stories in my life where it's like, oh, I don't believe in paranormal, but here's this thing that's obviously paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I refuse to believe in it. So I look like a jackass that's just walking around in the dark. Because, and I'm not saying that in the sense of like people going out and hunting things. I'm saying that as a good metaphor of, it's the same thing as everybody else around you has night vision and they're watching you walk around with your hands out in the dark, stumbling like a moron.
Right.
It's that kind of thing of you just refuse to believe that there's something outside your realm of ideals that can actually exist. That's stupidity.
Yeah, I actually do agree with that.
So it's all I ask is people believe in the possibility, but look to disprove it instead of just saying, no, there's no fucking way in hell this can exist, and so everything you say is stupid because you're stupid and you believe this stuff. So that's just horseshit. That's just being mean. That's being an asshole, and it's just go fuck yourself.
You heard it. No, but one of my other experiences that I remember is when I was younger. I think I was like 5, 6 or something like that. That was a lamp in my room. I woke up and I was always afraid of the dark. And as a kid, but never only in the house, especially in my room. right? But like I could wander around outside in the dark and whatever and be fine and all that. But I'd come inside and couldn't stand for it to be dark, and it just would freak me out because I'd be like, something is watching me, and turns out I wasn't too far off because I woke up one morning or one night, and I had all the lights off, but for some reason my lamp was on. Across the room. Well, and then I walked into the room, and I heard it go flick, and it flicked off.
See, now that's a different story.
And I went, oh? I went, okay, that's weird. I started to walk away. Click. It turned back on, and I went, okay. And I turned around to see what it was, and as soon as I looked at it and whatever, I started to walk over. Click. Now I'm like, this is
well,
weird.
that is.
Yeah. I mean, it did it a couple different times.
Right.
And I don't know why, but I just had the urge to say that you're not welcome here. Quit it and leave.
GTFO!
And you know what? Light went out, and it never happened again.
I've had a more personal, wouldn't call it a haunting, more personal experience with, and I can't guarantee it, but to me it seemed like it was my grandmother after she passed away. She kind of stuck around. So, and it's like, what made me really think that it was her was she had passed away in November. Her birthday was in August. So the next coming August would have been her next birthday and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, well, we're going to go out and visit Grandma's grave for her birthday. Because, it's whatever. It's kind of what we do sometimes. So my brother and I stayed up late that night. So it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, I think. I don't even know if I went to bed that day. But yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, I finished watching a movie, and just walked into the kitchen to put up some stuff, put some things, thinking all that. And I kept hearing this music. I was like, is that part of the ending of this movie? Like the credits, I was like, no, that's not it. So looking around, and I realized, oh, it's this music box. That's sitting here on this desk. It's in the dining room. Now, the music box, it's not your regular music box, open the box kind of thing. It was one of those, it looked like an old oil lamp, but with like fake flowers in it, so it had a glass cover around it and all that.
Okay, yeah.
So, then you could turn the bottom and it'd play music and everything, and spin around and all. So it's pretty neat. Then it used to be my grandma's. And so after she passed away, we took it to our place. And we never wound the thing. There was no reason for it to suddenly decide it wanted to go off that day.
No way.
But it decided it suddenly wanted to go off that day, that morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, as I was passing by it. Well, I told my brother about it later that day, and him and I, we started trying to figure out if we could debunk it. We were stomping around, poking the thing, moving it this way and that.
Right.
And nothing. Short of actually forcing it to turn, we could not get it to do anything. So, it's like, alright, we pass it off as maybe a fluke. Fine.
Yeah.
But then, come November, we were going to go out and visit my grandma's grave again because it was the anniversary of her death.
Yeah.
And I was very close to my grandmother, so it meant a lot to me to be going out there and visiting her grave and everything. And again, lo and behold, this time I wasn't the only one awake. I was walking through the dining room, heading into the kitchen, and next thing I know, I stopped dead in my tracks because I start hearing that music box again. As I'm walking by that desk, I start hearing the damn thing spinning again. I stop, turn around, back up a little bit just to sit there silently and look at it like, what the fuck? Call for my brother, in that way of, hey, something serious is going on, get your ass out here kind of thing. He's in his bedroom. He comes charging out and stops.
Actually could, I didn't know he could move that fast.
Oh yeah, it was years ago. before everything really took effect. Then he stopped dead in his tracks as he heard the music box going off too. And we just sat there and watched this thing as it was making the music of like, alright, that's a thing, okay. And again, we tried debunking it, stomping around, poking it, twisting it, whatever, and nothing. There was no reason for it. But that's 2 times now on a very important date for my grandmother that this thing decided to go off. Mm-hmm. It made no sense. Now here's the part where it gets weirder, actually.
Weirder?
Okay, we used to have a dog named Sam. You remember Sam, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Of that house.
Oh, yeah.
Upstairs, at least. My cat at the time was the boss of the downstairs. We believe Sam's ghost is around, too, for a while. He had a habit of, if somebody had a blanket over their legs at the computer desk, mm-hmm. he would just walk up to their feet and just plop down.
I remember
and
that.
Cover the blanket and just get dragged down. And then me and my mom both experienced it at least on one occasion each, where we're sitting there, got the blanket over us and all that. Next thing you know, and it's like, oh, it must be our other dog, Gizmo. And I look and, oh, there's Gizmo in the living room. Okay, it must be our cat. No, the cat's in there in the living room too. So what just plopped down blatantly at my feet? And there were some other things that happened with my brother that, led us to believe that dog was there. And we'd see that little black shadow just darting around the corner every so often. Never saw that until after he passed away. Never saw it again after the next event that I'm going to explain, which is the night that my aunt passed away, which was my grandma's daughter.
I think I know.
Possibly, because you were there. You, me, and number 4 were downstairs in the basement hanging out and doing stuff. My brother was upstairs cleaning some things. And my aunt passed away of cancer, unfortunately, and she kind of went, really fast. Mm-hmm. And the night she passed away, we were all just kind of hanging out. My brother was, like I said, was cleaning some things. He was cleaning up some stuff on that desk, and he went to move that music box thing. Yeah. And as soon as he touches it, the glass just breaks.
Yeah.
For no reason, it just breaks. He comes down, tells us that. We talk for a little bit. And then he says that, he saw a computer chair that we had down there turn a little, and like a shadowy mass next to it, just for a split second.
Oh, jeez.
Didn't find out until the next day, well, hey, your aunt passed away.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, shit, I'm fine for coincidences happening from time to time.
But that's a little too...
But everything happening around that music box like that, 3 things on very important days like that.
Yeah.
It goes past coincidence. There's coincidence and then there's just shit happening.
Yeah. And then you got me. I don't believe in coincidences.
Right.
I've seen things like that, mm-hmm. Where it's like it all seems kind of random, and then it's like, oh, wow, ain't that something? So
it's kind of like the idea of the ghost house and all. There's a reason I went back out the next day, not just to find it, but to validate that it was there and that there wasn't something creepy about it, and that I was just being strangely paranoid because me and our friend at the time, who passed away too, but the friend that I was with that night, we were driving around on these country roads, and I was making jokes of like, hey, if this were a horror movie, this is the part where we're around in this bend in this road, and then there's somebody standing in the middle of it. We end up driving through and turns out it's a ghost and blah, blah, blah. And making jokes like that, and the next thing we know, we round this corner, go back on a straightaway, and as soon as we do, boom, house there. Don't remember seeing it before, but I don't remember if I've ever been that far out on that road before then. And it's like, alright, whatever, just a house. Oh, look, weird dog, weird noises. Suddenly the house seems weird. Go up and down that road for a good hour or 2 looking for it. No luck finding it. On 2 different attempts. That was one time. The next day I went with one of our friends at the time to look for it. And about a week later, I went out with my mom to go look for it. Went up and down that road and couldn't find it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's two separate attempts that I went to look for it.
Yeah, that's too much.
Not to mention that you go down that road several miles and then make a right and you can get to another town here in Illinois that we live close enough to. So I went up and down that road a couple times because a friend that saw it with me, he ended up moving to that town for a little bit too. So
yeah, I remember.
So one of those things, I went there a couple times and nothing, it just wasn't there. So, but apparently on the way to the town that you guys work in, there's also my stepdad has claimed to see a ghost carriage on that road.
Serious?
A couple of times. So,
wow.
Number 4 is claimed to have this eerie mist show up. See a couple of people on the side of the road that weren't actually there.
I've never seen that, but I've seen the eerie mist.
Yeah. So, and that might have a plausible explanation.
And actually, I think it's actual fog.
Right.
Which
it could easily be. Yeah. It's hard to say sometimes.
But there again, him and I haven't swapped stories to see.
I know number 4 has some other stories, but they're his stories to tell. So
right.
Because there's some that are a lot more deeper and more personal to him. So I won't go into those at the moment.
But whenever we can pull number 4 in.
Yeah. But get the dick out of his mouth and get him over here to talk with us sometime. Yeah, I'm just playing. He has to work all week and he's busy, so he's already probably in bed.
Yeah. I hope this guy get up in
another 5 hours?
5 hours at least.
Yeah. So we'll get him back in here and we can see about having him talk with us about some of his experiences, or get permission from him to talk about his experiences. Either way, there's some good ones, there's some horrifying ones, and things like that. But like one that really irritates the fuck out of me is there's at least a couple ghosts at my stepdad's place. There's the one that everybody has seen.
Yeah.
It's like everybody has seen this shadowy figure going behind their car. They see it in the rearview mirror. I've never seen it. Because I want to see it, but I've never seen it. And it just kind of pisses me off. Even number 4 has seen it.
Oh, no. I haven't seen it.
Well, I don't think you've ever really driven there much. A couple times.
I've only been there, I don't know, I think probably about a handful of times.
Right, so number 4 has been there with me several times.
Yeah.
So throughout the time that my mom's been living there. But yeah, we actually went ghost hunting there one night, just because our stepdad said, yeah, okay, come on out. We'll do it, and let us do it and all that. So we were there till late, and ghost hunting and all that. And there was occasionally someone would catch a shadowy figure moving here or whatever kind of thing. And it's like, oh, well, let's follow it. I mean, part of the time we were in the barn and the woods Florence kind of,
yeah.
It's falling through that scarier than whatever the hell else might be out there.
Yeah.
So, but the weird part about that night is, my brother had left, and as number 4 and I were sitting in the car, just trying to see if we could see the thing coming or anything like that, we started hearing something landing on the hood of the car. The wind picked up, we started hearing something hit. We thought, oh, it's just a little, propeller seed thing that fall off the trees,
Right.
And we thought that was all it was. We get out of the car before we leave to see what it actually is because we didn't see any come down the windshield or anything like that. So we thought, no, there's got to be something else. It's rocks. Rocks. Like mostly little pebbles, really, but it's rocks on the hood of the car. On the roof of the car, I should say. It was rocks. There was a bunch of them. And it made no sense of why they were there. That something was apparently pelting these things at the car or standing up there and dropping them on the roof of the car.
Oh, yeah. That's
so
really,
it was
really weird.
Yeah, it was. It took us by surprise. Like, we weren't expecting that. Also, apparently, one of those ghosts out there has a whole thing of, has a smell of cigars when it starts to...
serious.
Yeah, which you can... There's a blatant difference between cigars and cigarettes, right?
Absolutely.
So, and the thing is my stepdad nor I actually smoke cigars.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, occasionally I'll have like one of the smaller cigars or something like that, or flavored one or whatever. Usually just, but I've never had one over there at my stepdad's place. So if you start smelling cigar smoke, that's none of us. It's just one of those smells that shows up from time to time there. So, and I have experienced. I have smelled that before.
What about the sewer smell?
The sewer smell? That's just the basement.
Oh, okay.
They actually have well water.
I wanted to be sure what...
That basement's a bit of a mess, so... I've been down there, it's scarier than any ghost. Oh, God. But yeah, so... Again, don't just throw something out just because you don't believe in ghosts. But don't always say it's a ghost. There's always a possibility that it's something completely plausible and scientific. Of course, I'm not saying that, parapsychology is what it's called, study of ghosts is into scientific these days.
You mean that's actually what it's called?
It's called parapsychology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if anything, I consider myself as a parapsychologist to some degree. To some degree. Not a great degree, but to some degree.
Not even a associate's degree.
Yeah. Well, I have a master's.
You got a master's in BS.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, no.
And I have a BS in being a master, so it's all good.
Actually, my dad has master in BS.
Well, I've taken many classes from people that I know that are, masters in BS, so I'm kind of there.
So you got your BS and...
Yes, this has nothing to do with the ghost stuff, but yeah, I'm a master in BS and I have a BS in being a master. Yeah. Master's in BS and a BS in being a master, so I can have maids. I can have maids and sex slaves. So, lots of fun. You know what?
Anywho.
So yeah, normally we do a question from Reddit.
We can still do a question.
Yeah,
from Reddit
yeah. You know what? We're
want,
going to. Yeah. Sticking on the whole Halloween theme of thing, what is the scariest story that you've ever heard that you can think of? It can be something that's completely fake. It can be something that's completely real.
I got nothing.
All right.
I seriously have nothing.
Okay. Well, what about what's the most scared you've been with something that was either paranormal or horror-inducing, like a horror movie?
When we went, it was you, number 4, and I. We went to this graveyard. Remember that?
There's one of two places I'm thinking of that you're talking about.
And we all just felt this.
Yep, that one. Yeah, we went through a little thing of going out ghost hunting. Just randomly we started doing it. So whenever chance we got, we'd go out, ghost hunt, usually on the weekends or something like that. Mm-hmm. And just randomly find like graveyards and check places out.
Huh,
and sometimes we'd get weird feelings and vibes. Sometimes we'd have occasional small weird things happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it wasn't jack shit. There was one that we frequented a lot that we really never. I think only once we actually felt scared out there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we felt completely safe and unafraid in a graveyard.
Oh yeah.
It was a great graveyard. But the one that you're talking about, yeah, it was one we randomly found in the country. We actually found it twice. But the first time we got there was just this. We stopped the car. We're about ready to get out, and then we just felt this overwhelming fear, and it was just telling us, "Nope, don't do it. Don't step foot outside the car. You're gonna regret it. Just don't." So we noped the fuck out of there.
Oh yeah.
Then we came back again like a couple weeks, a month later by free chance because we were just cruising the country and we found it.
And there was.
I was like, hey, look.
Kind of like the house.
Yeah, no. It's like, no. It's, when we found the graveyard again, and I recognized it as, that's the one we kind of noped away from. It's like, yeah, this is the same one. All right, so we actually got out because we weren't feeling it, walked around, putzed around, checked stuff, blah, blah, and all that stuff. And we really didn't come back with anything from it.
No.
So it's like first time we're there, scared shitless. Second time we're there, nothing.
And
Weird
then there was another one that we were at, and it was all tree line, like the perimeter of it was tree line.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And I got out, and we're walking around doing our thing, you know, and all of a sudden I just feel like I'm being looked at, like being watched through the tree line.
Yeah, that was the one that was in the next town over there.
Yeah,
right outside
yeah.
there. I have a relative buried out there.
And anyway, I felt like there wasn't just one or two things watching me. I felt like there were.
By the time we left that place, we were all three of us. We were feeling it. We were feeling like something was staring at us from all over the place.
Yeah, I'm like, we got freaking leave, dude.
It got weird. It got uncomfortable. It just kind of got heaviness to it.
I think I had you guys take pictures and have recording stuff going, but we picked up nothing. But
yeah, number 4 walked a little deeper in, and it's like we lost sight of him. It's like, where did he go?
Yeah,
we're calling for him. He's not responding, and finally he shows back up, and it's like he showed back up over here. Like, wait. I'm pretty sure I saw your shadow or your outline over there in front of us. Like, no, I went around and came back and came up to your guys' right side. No, your outline was there in front of us.
Yeah, we saw you right there, dude.
You were moving around there, man.
And like, no, and I'm
because it was true. He did come from our right, and I watched this shadow the entire time as he was coming from our right, and I thought it was him.
Yep.
So,
and I remember that, and I went, oh, God.
Yeah, that was some crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
Ghost hunting was fun, though.
It was.
It was a bonding experience.
Almost as fun as alien hunting.
Yeah, that was... the alien hunting had it win, though.
It won.
We saw so much crazy shit
Although it helped out a lot to figure out what different stuff was.
Yeah,
I figured out that there's an airport in the town in the direction.
Yeah, in the town that you guys work in the factory. Yeah, there is. So a lot of that stuff, a lot of stuff we saw there was planes, but there were some things where it's like, yeah, that's not a plane that I know of, and
especially the one that passed like really low over us.
Yeah, and
I just went, what in the hell?
Low and quiet.
I mean, we're talking like right above the tree line.
Yeah.
I mean, just kind of. I'm like, are you guys seeing it? Like, I'm just seeing a black shadow.
Yep, couple of lights on it.
Yeah,
it was good stuff, man.
And it just
you
went.
Get a chance to see
it
aliens?
Just went. I mean, no sound at all. This is how it went, right? Okay?
Oh God, it's a demonstration.
Yes, this is how it went. Like, and we're watching this thing for miles, and it looked like it was gonna U-turn and come back, and we're like,
pretty much. There was some crazy shit out there.
Yeah.
We've already gone into that a little bit before. And if you want to hear more, let us know. We'll try to tell you as much as we possibly can. But in the meantime, we're kind of about at that wrapping up point.
Yes, we are. And steampunk contest.
Nobody submitted. Fuck you all.
Yeah, thanks guys for not participating.
Well, look on the bright side. At least we don't have to buy anything, right? So.
Yeah, I know, but I was kind of, I don't know. Okay. You know what? Since nobody participated.
Actually, wait. What's today's date? Didn't we decide we'd go over the winners afterwards? So I think there's still time to submit. So let's see here. I think we said this next Friday is going to be our end date, if I remember correctly. Simply because we wanted to wait till after trick-or-treating, Halloween, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's see. Trick-or-treating will technically be this Sunday, so we'll have to wait until afterwards to call it. So, in the meantime, you still have a week to submit any costumes and pictures and stuff and things to our Twitter. Tweet us it's at WeekRogueEntco. That's WeekRoguentco. Yeah, go ahead and You know what? I don't know how hashtags work, but if you want, feel free and just hashtag it as steampunk, and we'll do that. Or find us, on the Week Rogue Entertainment page on Facebook. And the prize is, again, let's see, do we have this anywhere actually written down? No, we don't. Well, anyway, it's on there. It's on the Facebook. But yeah, let's see. Entries by October 28th, which is today, isn't it?
No.
No, that's Sunday, isn't it?
Sunday.
You know what? We'll give it till, screw it, because it'd be nice, and who knows, maybe people will listen. We'll give it till Thursday.
Thursday works.
And because we probably won't get a lot of submissions. And if we somehow get flooded with them all of a sudden, then
give us a good problem, guys.
Yeah. Shit. We'll take we'll wait an extra week before we announce the winners.
Yep.
That way, if you can, you probably can't see it.
Probably.
Whatever. It's on our Facebook.
It's on our Facebook.
So yeah. But as usual, we totally love you guys in a platonic and non-platonic way. We want you to have our babies, or we want to have yours, depending on how it goes. And thanks as always for everybody who puts up with our bullshit every week and watches and or listens to us.
Absolutely.
All you invisible people are what make us. So
yes.
So thank you.
We love you, and
I'd like to get all up inside them guts, and yeah.
Wow, really?
Yep, I'm gonna make a mess in there.
All right, you heard it, invisible ladies. Oh, I mean,
just stir it all up. Yeah.
Yeah, he went there.
Yep. Shaking, not stirred. No, stirred, not shaking. Well, I'll take both.
Right on. All right, guys.
We love you guys. Thank you again. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Jimmy.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Bye-bye. Peace. It's non-existent.
Oh, crap.
Wait for it. Okay. All good. We got this.
I'm coordinated, I swear.